Okay, hang on a second, boys. Okay, and again, take 6. Surprise. There we are. Barry's
Maker's Mark. Yeah.
Barry's surprise.
Maker's Mark.
There we go. All right, boys.
Okay.
Roll it.
So
you enjoyed the show, the whiskey show?
the whiskey show was fantastic.
What else was good?
Well, I went to the Maker's Mark table.
Okay.
And they had a Maker's Mark 46.
Ooh.
Do you know what that is?
I have the faintest idea.
Well, they take European oak staves,
Mhm.
they throw them into the barrel, reseal it for 12 weeks, and they have a different product.
Right.
What do you think of that?
What do I think about it? Well, good for them.
Really?
That's good. It's fine. Well, Maker's Mark, bourbon. They can do what they like in terms of maturation. Scotch whiskey, got rules. Can't
Yes.
do that.
So people try to do that.
Can't do that.
Spice Tree tried to do it.
I can't do it. You're prepared to name the guilty man now, Barry?
Well, they had American oak barrels, and I believe they put the tops European oak, and they were chastised. Am I right? Is that what happened?
That's what happened. They were chastised before that, I believe. Yes, I mean, innovation is good. I'm kind of cool with it, but we've got to kind of stay within the rules.
But we just chatted a minute ago about putting staves in the wood, and
Yeah.
you think that it's not whiskey anymore.
I didn't say that. I said for bourbon, that's just fine.
Right, but for
If
whiskey,
you do
we have
that for
rules.
Scotch malt whiskey, you've got a bit of a problem.
So then my question would be,
Yeah.
what about finishing it in a wine barrel, or
Okay.
now what's happening there? A lot of people, I've heard people say, well, it tastes fantastic, but it's not really whiskey.
Well, it's a bit difficult for me too because being a distiller, I've got some baggage. I mean, finishing whiskies, which is putting it in a special cask for a few months just to give it an extra flavour twist, kind of interesting. But it's back to what we were talking about before. It's like everything else in the Scotch whisky business. If you do it well, it's fine. If you don't do it well, it's not so great. And sometimes I've tasted finished whiskies that are all about the cask and not very much about the whiskey. And as a distiller, I don't care.
Yeah, so what's the
Not
difference?
my bag.
What's the difference between the Lagavulin 16 Distillers Edition
Yeah.
and throwing some extra staves into the barrel? You're finishing it in a different cask. You're adding this sherry flavor, which I kind of feel bastardizes the original intent of the spirit. It adds a different element that doesn't necessarily enhance it. And what's the difference between that and finishing it in a Madeira cask, or in a Sauterne cask, or throwing a couple more staves in there?
Right.
It's shades of gray.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Someone draws a line in the sand.